Just in time. Thank you, Madam Chair. Secretary, I appreciate our conversations, your responsiveness. I want to bring up what is in the skinny budget and just quote from it real quick. The National Park Service responsibilities include a large number of sites that are not quote-unquote national parks in the traditionally understood sense, many of which receive small numbers of mostly local visitors and are better categorized and managed as state-level parks. I want to strike a note of caution with that sort of approach. I love our Big P national parks. Behind me is a picture of a non-Big P national park. It is a national preserve. It is the Valles Caldera National Preserve. We've been talking in New Mexico for 100 years about this being a national park, and we finally settled on the approach of a preserve, in part because we wanted the natural resource management of a national park with the ability to also have world-class hunting and fishing and the visitors that come with all of those things. So I would just urge you to look as you develop this list, and many of these units have been created in statute, many of them that are not necessarily a Big P National Park are incredibly important parts of our national park system, our history, and our culture, and I just hope you will approach that with caution.
Absolutely, and with consultation. So, and thanks for bringing the beautiful photo behind you.
Yeah, if you get a chance to visit, I highly recommend it, and bring your fly rod.
Is that you in the photo?
Actually, it is. Yep.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
Yeah.
Tell by the angle of the wrist.
Have you discussed with any particular states this approach yet, or is it still in the sort of formation
This
stage?
is completely in the idea formation stage.
Okay. BIE school construction costs. I'm not going to question your effectiveness at finding ways to reduce overhead and push forward on-the-ground deployment for better resource management. But this particular account, and I was talking to the chair about this on the way over, really concerns me. The president's budget calls for a 79% or $187 million reduction in the BIA school construction account. This is a place where we have a $4 billion construction backlog. It's not overhead. I mean, this is money to actually build schools. It's not money to pay administrators. And so you and I have talked about the incredibly poor condition of some of these BIE schools. How are you going to move the needle on BIE school construction with this budget line item?
It's interesting that we've got in BIE about 125,000 kids, which is about exactly what we had in North Dakota in our K-12 system. But of course, these are spread across the nation. Not every state has got a BIE school. And we've got a complicated situation that some places you've got a BIE school next to a tribal school, next to a public school. That's a scenario I've seen. And I think that part of this is we've got to take a look at the sort of the system-wide. In terms of dollars in states like my own state of North Dakota, we put more dollars into BIE than we do into tribal and into public, and yet the outcomes are the worst. So there's not I'm not, when I'm education hat, I'm not seeing a correlation. I think the school construction and deferred maintenance, I mean, that's an issue across parks, across refuges. I mean, it's across all of government, federal government. We got a deferred maintenance issue. So the construction thing I just set aside, but I think, where I would start my focus on BIE is, how do we improve outcomes for those kids? And then are there opportunities for us from a school construction standpoint to look for any opportunities with tribes or with public schools to not, if we fix the problems, but can we do it? I mean, I know there's a case in our state where they're less than a mile apart.
I think we can both agree we've got to do better for these kids.
Yes.
The president's budget proposes a almost $200 million cut to the Bureau of Land Management Conservation Programs. in your confirmation hearing, you told me that you would not make any wholesale changes to monument designations in New Mexico without first meeting with local elected leaders and citizen groups in the state. Do I still have your commitment on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Appreciate that.
I think you do. I think you do know there have been concerns. People have come to me about the buffer zone related to that and how it infringes on tribal allottee rights. So we're listening to all sides of this thing, but we'll keep in close
And
consultation.
that I think you're talking about a particular mineral withdrawal, and my question was related directly to the monuments.
Yes.
Which is a separate issue, but
Yes.
I'll be happy to engage with you on both.
Okay.
Thank you, Senator Heinrich. Senator Baldwin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Secretary Burgum, I am